Today is day 90 of the Gulf oil disaster, and so far it appears BP's latest effort to plug the leak is working, at least for now. The cap is closed. For more, we're joined by John Hofmeister, chairman and CEO of Citizens for Affordable Energy, former president of Shell Oil, and author of the book Why We Hate the Oil Companies. So we're at day 90 right now. There has been this curious dance between the government and BP over the past few days about this cap. Do you believe this well has integrity?
I don't. I think this well has been in trouble for a very long time. I think you heard the CEOs from the other 4 major oil companies testify in Congress. They never would have approved a well of this design for this application. I think it's either under-designed or marginal at best in its design. That is the source.
What does under-designed mean?
Well, it just didn't have the strength, the robustness, the multiple piping, the hardware that would be in a more heavily structured well. And I think it's not curious, it's hostile in terms of the relationship that's going on right now, where Ted Allen is in the middle of this huge debate between the White House officials and the BP officials who have very different views on the integrity of the well. I'm aware there are some third-party people advising the White House about their own experience with this kind of high-pressure well. There's a big worry that the casing is breached, that the casing is damaged seriously from the blowout, plus this excessive pressure that was never, I don't think the well was ever designed for this level of pressure.
Would we have seen that already? They've talked about a seep that's potentially unrelated, some little areas of bubbles around the blowout preventer. But if the casing is damaged, would we have already seen that? Would we have seen a lower pressure reading?
Well, it's hard to say, because depending upon how large is the breach, how much oil might be coming out into the well bore. And remember, it's 13,000 feet from the reservoir to the surface. It's only been 4 days. So for that oil to work its way up, it may not go directly up the well bore. It could be working its way through other geological structures within the subsea.
John, what does a well casing without much integrity mean for the efforts to drill a relief well?
Well, for the relief well itself, I mean, that's just a standard, they're drilling according to an engineering specification. They don't plan to produce with the relief well. They just want to get in there.
But would it make it any more difficult for the relief well effort to succeed?
No, well, it could in terms of the cementing, because if the casing is compromised, what's the cement going to hang on to? When the cement goes into the well, it has to adhere to something. And I think one of the reasons for the cap, and the fact that the cap is there, means that when they inject cement, they could have the well shut in so you don't have flow. That gives the cement a better chance of adhering in an unstable, otherwise unstable well.
So that means they would have to pump more come up through that.
That's right. Ultimately, the weight of mud will weigh down on the column of oil. And if they have the well capped when they're injecting that, chances are they can get a more permanent fix quicker.